Your father also tells me you kept a blanket of his because I see a blanket that he's showing me.
It's on my bed right now. Yeah, a quilt of all his t-shirts.
Know that he's seen that. You just got the chills.
I did too.
That was your dad's soul.
Whoa.
That went just right through you. So please know that your father's here. Because right away when I'm connecting, he says, I need to let my family know that I'm here. I need to let them know that I'm here. But he's mainly coming through for you as his daughter. Because first of all, I know how hard it is to talk to your dad like this through me, and how hard it is for you even to think about him as past. He says, but Matt, he says, if there's one thing that I've been trying to do is I've been trying to let my daughter know that I'm there and with her. And it's funny, he actually tells me that he's been trying to wake you up at night.
Yes.
Because he tells me you've been like freaked out. I see you like getting up and like putting on the TV because you get weirded out.
I haven't been able to sleep, yeah.
He says to me, Matt, you don't understand. He goes, she's so freaked out about this stuff your dad's telling me. He tells me, like, you don't like thinking about, like, the afterlife or the spirit worlds. But he goes to me, Matt, he goes, let her know it's not in a creepy way. He goes, I'm still her father that I died. He goes, I'm still going to look in on her life. And he wants you to know that.
Okay.
But this is interesting. Before he had died, he keeps telling me, my head, my head, my head.
Yeah, he had a brain tumor.
He says to me, Matt, he says, you need to let her know I had no idea that I had this for so long, he tells me.
Oh my God. Yeah, we didn't, because it was the size of a golf ball when we found it. So.
He tells me this was in his brain for a very long time. He says, and Matt, he says, it was like a ticking time bomb. He says, it was there, and he goes, I didn't realize it until it started to affect me. And it's crazy, because when I'm connecting with your loved ones, they'll make me feel in their body what they went through. And when I'm connecting with your dad, I keep feeling that he had issues with movement when I'm connecting with him.
Yes.
He shows me about like getting these weird tremors, and I see when I'm connecting with him, like not being able to like stand for long periods and then not being able to walk and all of these things. Mm-hmm. He says, and Matt, he goes, the same way that this affected me was like I had a stroke, he said.
He did.
And what was so hard was that you lost your dad slowly but surely.
Yep.
And he, first of all, wants to let you know that he's so sorry for what you had to watch and what you had to go through.
Yeah.
Because I see you having to feed your dad and having to help change him and having to do all of these things. And he also tells me that you put your life on hold just to spend extra time with him. He keeps telling me when I'm connecting, he didn't want you to stop schooling. You wanted to stop school. There was an issue with schooling at the time that he's bringing up to me.
Yeah, he had a pneumothorax. Every spring of my college, he had a brain surgery, then a stroke, and then he died my senior year. So all throughout college, he was really ill.
He tells me that, first of all, and I want you all to know this, when I'm connecting with the other side, your loved ones in spirit know what you're holding on to, know what's hurting you, and know what's stopping you from healing. And your dad just said to me, Matt, please let her know. You need to let her know that, first of all, I am so sorry, because you go back and you say, if I would have known he was going to die, I wouldn't have maybe went to school. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done.
Yeah,
your father said to me, I didn't want to take you away from your life. That's the one thing I didn't want. And he tells me when he was here, like he would make you promise that you were still going to go to school, that you're going to do all of these things. And you know that your father actually tells me that's what kept him going here in this world. Seeing you in school, seeing you excel, seeing you graduate, seeing you do all of these things. And he did see you graduate, by the way. And he also wants to thank you because he tells me that you brought something in memory of him the day that you walked across the stage.
A bracelet that said, to my darling daughter, I was wearing that.
Perfect. Yeah. Whatever it was, he's telling me that he walked across that stage with you. He says, and Matt, that was my proudest moment. He's got a secret that he's going to share with you, okay?
Okay.
And here's a secret. He says to me, Matt, he says, I was waiting. I didn't want to die until I saw her graduate. I knew I didn't have time left. He says, I knew I was running out of time. He says, but I really wanted to see that day. He says, but he realizes now that he's on the other side, that if I were to stay alive to be a part of that day, I wouldn't have been able to be a part of it. He says, because my body already let go of me, he says.
Yeah.
He says, so if you could see him on the other side, your dad can walk, talk, speak, move. And at one point, this is interesting, he's singing on the other side to me and dancing, and that's his way of showing me, doesn't mean he's good at it, but it's his way of showing me that he's back to being himself and that heaven restored what was going on with him from way back when. He needs you to know that. Your father also tells me you kept a blanket of his because I see a blanket that he's showing me.
It's on my bed right now. Yeah, a quilt of all his t-shirts.
Perfect. Yeah. So you made a quilt with all of his t-shirts. Yeah. Know that he's seen that. You just got the chills.
I did too.
That was your dad's soul.
Whoa.
That went just right through you. It's actually funny because your dad's telling me all the dirty details here. And he goes, Matt, you know, she really wasn't really wanting to come today, he was telling me.
My grandpa passed away a week ago, and I was really anxious today, and I just can't believe my dad's here. So,
Oh, he's here.
yeah.
Your father said to me, Matt, I was making sure that she was in that seat and I was talking to her no matter what. I will tell you that he does tell me that your grandfather is on the other side with him. I don't have a message from him. I wouldn't lie to you and say that I did. I don't have a message because it's just too early. It's just too soon.
Yeah.
But he does tell me about him being there. And he also tells me there's a dog that's there as well that has also passed away. Because he goes to me, Matt, he goes, I'm like the gatekeeper now in heaven. He says, they all come through me. So know that it's his way of just bringing that through and letting you know one thing. Letting you know that this is not just a message for her, but a message for all of you. To let you know that his soul is still here. And more importantly, he says, Matt, he says, we're still a family, even though they can't see me by their side every day. But know that I'm always there.